Well, last night, incumbent Governor Kathy Hochul scored a historic win as the first woman to win the Democratic nomination for New York governor.
She beat back Democratic primary challengers Congressman Tom Suozzi and public advocate Jumaane Williams. Now she'll face GOP challenger Congressman Lee Zeldin in the general election come November. The governor joins us now live. Good morning, Governor Hochul.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Governor, good morning to you. Your reaction to winning last night, 68% of the vote as we counted now, a resounding victory.
No, I was so humbled to see the groundswell of support from voters all across the state of New York and literally carrying every single county, every borough. So I'm energized by this, and I'm looking forward to continue to deliver for New Yorkers and get beyond November. But we've got one more race to go. But I just thank the voters all across the state for having their faith in me, and I'm so appreciative of it.
And Governor, you came into office under extraordinary circumstance, and issue after issue has presented itself, from toxic work environment to COVID to bail reform, and then the bombshell rulings from the Supreme Court last week, the court overturning Roe v. Wade. Can we talk about New York? Are women assured their right to an abortion? Will that be protected? And are you prepared for the influx of women from other states? And how far are you willing to go to aid them?
No, you mentioned all those issues. We've had a lot of challenges to overcome, but, we've been strong. We've fought through all of them. But you're absolutely right. It is a bombshell. The fact that literally the day after we were told by the Supreme Court that as governor, I don't have the rights I once had for 100 years to be able to protect you from concealed carry weapons. 24 hours later, we get the next bombshell and find out that no longer across the nation is there a constitutional right to an abortion. But to answer your question loud and clear, that right will always be protected in the state of New York as long as I'm governor. It's part of our law, and I have made sure that all of our providers have additional assistance, more money to be able to staff up, not just take care of New York women, but the influx of women we're expecting to come from other states. It is a sad, dark time for our country, and I heard the pain in so many voices of women who came up to me at farmers markets and at the subway stops, and I'm here to lead and to give them the confidence that in New York, we're going to keep fighting back against the assault on women's rights. And I'm in the front line of that.
Governor, you called a special session of the legislature on Thursday. What gun bills are you going to ask the legislature to pass?
Well, as I mentioned, the Supreme Court just undid a law on the books for over 100 years, concealed carry. So it was up to the Supreme Court. People would be able to carry guns on subways and in schools and mass gatherings. So I've come up with a tight package. I've presented to the legislators to get their feedback and get their input, which is important to me. And we'll be talking about sensitive places where you cannot carry a gun, additional requirements to determine who should be able to have a concealed carry permit, and a whole host of other reforms that I'll be talking about later today in Albany. So we're taking this very seriously. This is, again, a challenge and assault to my right as governor to protect the people of the state from gun violence, and we are fighting back.
Just to ask you further in regard to those sensitive places, we know you're looking at so many things right now. Do you believe places like Times Square will be a gun-free zone, according to you?
We are looking to craft the language to ensure that that happens, yes.
And hospitals and schools, what is your position on those?
Again, my judgment, they're all sensitive places. So, and the legislature agrees with that. So we're going to have a long list, but I also believe in something else, that individual property owners should be able to protect themselves from someone coming in with a concealed weapon. If you own a bar or a restaurant or a hotel. So we'll put in a presumption that concealed carry is not welcome unless someone puts out a sign that says concealed carry welcome. So we're crafting that language right now, but I want New Yorkers to know that this is something, since the second that bill dropped, we have been all over it, making sure that we have the best experts to get legislation that will withhold any constitutional challenges. It has to be constitutional, but also continues to protect New Yorkers. We just passed nation-leading gun legislation to protect people from mass shootings like happened in Buffalo, my hometown, as well as the everyday street violence that is destroying the lives of so many New Yorkers. And then we have the Supreme Court trying to undo all the efforts we're accomplishing here in New York State. So, like I said, We are tough, we are strong, and New York will not let this happen.
Governor, looking ahead now to November, obviously you'll face off against Lee Zeldin. He was quick to point out last night when he took the stage, are we ready to fire Kathy Hochul? There could be also a Republican wave because of midterm elections favoring the party out of power. What do you see as not only your response to that comment from Lee Zeldin last night, that opening salvo, but what will your approach be as we move towards November now?
Well, I will not be fired. I can tell you that right now, because I'm going to keep talking to the New Yorkers, telling them about New York values that are under assault by Republican extremists who supported Donald Trump even after the election was called last year, said that he did not believe that Joe Biden was the rightful president. He also does not support a woman's right to choose, wants more guns on the streets. So it'll be very easy to draw a sharp contrast between what we value here in the state of New York and what someone like Lee Zeldin is trying to do to our state. We're not going backwards. We're not going there. And I will be the firewall to make sure that doesn't happen. And a lot of people are energized about this. This is going to be a wave election in the direction of the Democrats, particularly after what the Trump appointees on the Supreme Court just did to women all across America. There's going to be a lot of people showing up in November as well.
Hey, Governor, sorry, very good.
Oh, Governor Hochul, earlier this month, you stood your ground in a spirited debate here on CBS 2. We were glad to have you, and we'd like to invite you to come back again. We'd love to get your commitment for another debate here on CBS 2 in the fall.
Well, I only became the Democratic nominee a few hours ago, so let's see how things play out. But I'm looking forward to many conversations, including a debate for the fall. So let's work that out later.
All right, we'll take that as a maybe.
Sounds great. All right.
Governor, thank you.
There will be a debate.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it. And we, again, thank you and best of luck moving towards November.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And for a complete look at the election results from yesterday's primary, you can head over to our website, cbsnewyork.com.
Well,